What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about how good God of War Ragnarok is looking in the short but sweet gameplay video that we got. Now, there are a couple negatives, and the biggest one, obviously the most glaring one, is the length of the gameplay. Now, we knew there was a leak, kind of, I guess, quote-unquote leak on Twitter that it was going to be a minute 40, this video, so I was expecting very, very little. And to go along with that, it's not technically a minute 40, it's more like about a minute, because some of the gameplay is looped and shows it again, like the beginning stuff is shown at the end, the middle stuff is shown at the end, so it's probably a lot less than a minute 40 of actual new gameplay. But in what we do get to see, I think this game looks phenomenal. Obviously, they're talking a lot about the playing with your food. They're talking about equipping basically fire or ice to either of your weapons. They show the shield being played off where the enemy is, hitting the shield, and it almost I guess it does charge the shield up, right? The shield starts to turn more like glowing red, and then Kratos can slam it down. I mean, what we've gotten so far, although extremely limited, not just in this, in general, like in the last 2 years, extremely limited, but at the same time, I think the attention to detail, I mean, you just look at the visuals, the game does look, I think, better each time we see it. From last year to this year, there was a major jump. And, sometimes you can see real time the game almost like downscale, right? Like you see the trailers and the gameplay, and then when the game comes out, it's a little bit lower than what we've seen, in the gameplay. I'm not saying that won't happen, but what we've seen so far, it only looks like the game is improving. Kind of like more attention to detail in the textures of like the rocks and the ground and the water. By the way, very good water. You guys know I like to grade water. Not going to do it here. I'll wait for the actual game, but hopefully it's like an 8 or 9 out of 10. I mean, it just looks really good, and then the gameplay fundamentally is extremely good. Obviously not the same as God of War 3 and before it, or I guess Ascension and before it, but, obviously very much in line with 2018 and looking really good. So the biggest flaw and glaring flaw is just we haven't seen a lot of it. However, if the main issue with this game right now is that it looks insanely good, and we just want more, and we're kind of upset that we're not getting more, I get it. I'm not like discrediting or discounting that criticism, because it's also very weird how they've done this so far, right? This is a very odd PlayStation exclusive. Normally, we would see a lot more from a game that's 2 months out. Sony likes to show games rather early and kind of build it up over the years. This game has not had that, so that is very weird. But on the flip side, it's like, well, people are kind of just demanding more. It's not like what we've seen is bad. People actually really like what we, overwhelmingly, I'm sure there's some that don't, but overwhelmingly people really like what we've seen, and they just want to see more of it. I mean, at that point, it's like, well, I've always kind of said I kind of wish I would go into games blind, and maybe this game is going to give me that that dream in front of my eyes, right? Because we may not know almost anything. I'm sure we'll see more of it as these 2 months go on, but we'll see just how much. This could be like the least that we've seen visually in a game, a Sony exclusive big game, in quite some time, and that could kind of be refreshing. I can get how it's also kind of frustrating, but it could also be refreshing to see how they do it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you guys know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow or support me anywhere else, all my social media is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.